Yo, what's up, guys? So I'm gonna do an add-on to my last video because this is about access. Okay, so one of the homies, shout out to S. I'm not gonna name your whole name, but shout out for making this good statement, which leads me into other stuff that I've never mentioned, and I don't know that I've heard anybody else. I've never heard it. I've never heard anybody else like mention this way. So that's a great point. So shout out for that. Which his comment was based on. Did I start that? Yeah. His comment was based. I'm trying to bang this shit out, bro. I got to get back to my shit. His comment was based on the last video, but here's what he said. He said, but access is a challenge. Access is the challenge for many. I'll read the whole thing and then I'll go back. But access is the challenge for many. The edge that services/contests have is the open door on the World Wide Web, parentheses, behind an entry fee, end parentheses. But I guess that's still cheaper than moving to LA. Hyphen, I guess folks also hope it'll give them visibility too. Hyphen, that's huge. Okay, let's address that. I don't disagree, but let me add to that a bit. Access is a challenge. See, access, and I like to get granular because I think some people think of it as like, I just want to break in. Now I have access. It's like you do and you don't, sort of like. Once you break in, the way I would put it is once you break in, you get signed. Now you have access to access. There's more steps. You got through the gatekeepers. Rad, man. That's awesome. Okay, you got through the gatekeepers. Bye, guys. Bam, you hit another wall. And you're like, what's this wall? That wall is called the studios and the streamers and all that kind of shit. So I'm gonna make that point. Once you break in, now you have the opportunity for real access, which is the money people, right? This might be super obvious, but it kind of doesn't feel like it, based on what I've seen people write on Reddit or Twitter. So now you've broken in. Okay, boom. I'm past the first gatekeepers. Now you're picking up steam. You have your manager, you have your agent, you have your lawyer, you have your producer. Let's say A-list producer. Okay, you have, and maybe you have some showrunners who are maybe A-list themselves. Now you have a team put together, and so all of you are, and anybody else I forgot. So all of you are gonna try to battle that wall, the biggest wall. Now, so now you're a team. 1, 2, 3, hut. Let's fucking go. Now you're going to war with them, okay? And try to put this thing together. So you guys, your whole team, that whole team is on this side of that fence, of that wall, and the buyers are all on the other side. You see what I'm saying? So understand that part. I think maybe sometimes people forget that. The edge that service contests have is the open door on the World Wide Web. Sort of, but not. Open door on the World Wide Web. Not really, because the web doesn't really, the industry, should I say, doesn't really care about what's on the industry. Excuse me, let me rephrase that. The industry doesn't really care about what's online. They don't really care. So I'm a little confused there. Open door on the World Wide Web. I'm a little confused with that one. Is that what you mean, like visibility? If that's what you mean, maybe I got you wrong. If that's what you mean, visibility out there on the web, they don't care about that. And that's why I'm making this point too. I'll go here first. And you say behind an entry fee. But I guess that's still cheaper than moving to LA. Yeah, LA, hey man, LA is stupid expensive. The city has gone to bullshit at this point. I still recommend it, if you want to. And let me make this point here before I forget, and then I'll get to the last point. So maybe a short video for once. So if you're in LA, here's my opinion. I get when people are like, bro, I'm way over here. I'm in Iowa or somewhere, or I'm I'm overseas or something, and then they want to put their stuff into a contest or a service. I can understand the mentality behind that. Even though I say, man, start calling people, man. Start emailing people. Start querying, man. And some writers just don't want to do that. So okay, then if you refuse to do that, then I guess your only way in is to pay to get into these services and contests and cross your fingers. I mean, isn't that the reality? If you don't want to pick up the phone, then kind of your only shot is to pay to send your shit into these contests and services. Fine, man. I don't judge you for that. That's not what I would do. But if that's what you want to do, fine. But yeah, it's way cheaper than moving to LA. But if you're in LA, see that I'm like, you're here, dude. Like, the Hollywood sign's right there. Why are you joining a service or a contest? Just walk outside. You'll run into a fucking producer or an agent or whatever. I've said that before. Like, like I've seen scripts pieces of scripts just out in the world, just on the ground, right in front of my house. There was a page. I'm like, what's this? I can see from this far away. That's part of the screenplay. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Boop. I've been like across town, and I'm like, oh, there's a screenplay. I gotta read it. A page. Okay. You have a few like things you should fix. And also that time that I'm writing and my printer starts printing. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like, I'm like, what the fuck? So I go look at it. I start reading it. I'm like, who? Olivia? What script is that of mine? Here's where you want to be. You want to have so many scripts that you're like, what script is that of mine? I don't remember. Which character is that? Which script is that? You don't want to be immediately like, that's not mine. Like, you want to have to take a second and be like, wait a minute, that's not my screenplay. So someone else's screenplay. So there's a writer. One of my neighbors is a writer as well, and shooting their shit into my fucking printer. That's how many fucking writers there are. Okay, that will show you like that will stiffen you up. Like, oh fuck, like there are so many writers, hopefuls in LA. So many that one is coming through my fucking printer right now. There's that many? Holy fuck, dude. The competition is stiff. That's what that'll show you. But I hope you didn't tune out by this point, because I want to say this, because he says visibility is huge. I'm not that far deep. I hope you didn't tune out, because this is a good point right here. Visibility is huge. So I agree, it is. It's fantastic if that happens for you. But understand one thing. Like Dempsey, he already announced like where he's at and this kind of shit. So I don't think I need to be like low key about it. That's awesome. That's the best case scenario that they announce, like you get signed there and they announce you in the trades, and then everybody's like, okay, like everybody's gonna see that. Every single person in Hollywood probably saw that, probably, to be realistic. They read that shit every day. So that's a good thing. That's good visibility. You know what I mean? However, that might not happen for you. You might get signed and it doesn't make the trades. I've never made the trades for getting signed. You know what I mean? My first thing, I didn't think I would make the trades for getting signed, but I thought like once it was announced in CAA, I saw the memo, because Sherry sent it to me. Sale by Jason Smiley. I'm like, oh shit, they announced it internally inside of CA, it went around. I'm like, I didn't fucking know that happened. And was that announced to the trades? No, it wasn't. I was like, I thought it was gonna be. I'm like, is this gonna get announced? And they're like, no, we're kind of keeping it on the down low. So I'm like, okay. Um, multiple things like that where it was never announced because sometimes they want to go out like strategically and they want it on the down low. And by the way, I thought it would have been funny if, and I'll get back to being serious in 1 second. I thought it would have been funny if when I'm signed by the Smiley Group, if that's announced, Jason signs with the Smiley Group. Basically, I read myself. Hey, that's news, guys. That'd be funny. Don't you think so? Like, I'm basically announcing myself. Like, so anyway, so like understand there is you might get signed and they don't really want to announce it, or you make a deal or something and they don't really want to announce it, or you're going out with something and they don't really want to make a big deal about it. Like maybe they're going out more strategically, so they don't really want to make a big deal about it. Sherry went out with a lot of shit that was like super strategic, and my shit as well, where it's just we're going to 3 people, that's it. We're not making a big deal about this. We're going maybe exclusive to them. Let them, that's our first choice. We're going there we'll give them like a month, and then, okay, so it's been a month, pull that back and tell them, hey, we're going wider, but not too wide. Like now we're going to 3 people. Not everybody go, like, I know that. I know I want to go wide, dude, but it's not always the best choice. Maybe it's a good choice. I know some people go wide a lot, but Sherry didn't go wide a lot. Most of the shit that sold and so forth was not wide. So my point there is that you don't necessarily need visibility on the World Wide Web. Who is that? Who would that be for? That would be like for your mom or something, or your friends or whatever. That's not for Hollywood, because inside of Hollywood, behind the closed doors, they might be talking about you. Your script could be making the rounds and it's getting some buzz, and in the town people are talking about it. It's a badass script. They think so. People are talking like, yeah, it's a fucking dope script. But outside on the World Wide Web, no one knows that that's happening. That's happening right now as we speak. That's happening right now. There's a script that's getting hot around town right this second. That is, no one knows about it, and they might not until it gets made, or until it like sells or whatever. So just know that you don't need that like internet buzz to have a buzz with inside the industry walls. Do you understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense? So anyway, so I'm done. I'm already at 13 minutes. I'm out. Bye guys. Good luck.